Okay, so as we continue going, we add to our parent, currently root. We're going from left to right. We're going to add additional children, and these children have a relation depend on what parent we have. So let's go right here. We'll go geometry and trunk segment. So, and let's just connect it. Okay, and you'll notice in trunk we have no children. So currently they don't link anyway, even we have a tab. Let's add some children to this. We go to select branch, and we go just select it, and its pop-up says new children or no children. So because we already have it one, we'll just go and select to the no children on this, and you notice right here they switch to the branch. So now if we go inside the branch, we can modify some of those properties. One, for example, we says on a branch, and notice we don't modify inside the branch, because each branch, if we go here, it will apply just the branch property inside. In a trunk, when we have the branch, it is kind of populating all of the branches on our tree. So wherever we have it right here applied, for example, it's 6 branches. If we want to change to 8, now we have it 8 plus minus 1, because that is apply variation. And again, because they're related to the parent, we can also go and, okay, let's go right here, just increase a little bit in size. We can preview, decrease amount, so you can see they will be changing. Okay, so let's cancel in this case. And right here we have it anywhere from 7 to 9, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 about branches. Maybe actually less than 8, because top. But overall, it is changing depend on randomness. Okay, next we have a pair link. So this one is meaning they the quantity of the connections can be absolute or relative to the segment link if pair link is checked. So we can have it absolute or relative this. So soft insert, and this one is using offset none if round number. So we have it next offset fractional part, scale down, or random. So let's say, for example, we select on a random, and in this case the extra child instance when it's generated, it will be randomly according to fractional part of the child instance. So if we switch to, for example, rounded number, the child instance number its fractionally part will be removed. So we have it some fraction right there, and offset fractional, it is will be placed according to the fractional part, and of course the scale down fractional, it will take extra child instance, and it's generating with dimensions like link, radius, and scale, and a scale down on this fraction. So in many cases you probably want to use or top, which is as default, or random, but see whatever it will work better for the type of the plant or object you're currently creating. Okay, next we have it's borderless, and this one is allowed us to just set on top of bottom. You can see right here borderless, just put it close to the bottom, don't ignore top or no. So we have it avoids here and a little bit avoid on the top. Depending again on the plant, if you want to go like bushes, you probably want to go more with the bottom and maybe top. Those two on the trees, so now it will work very well. Also the notice right here, so we have it pair link. One thing I just want to show you, and if we have it plant, we'll just let's go to 5. You notice how this is decreasing because this is set relative. So if we set pair link, you notice some of them will be too close. So pair link, it will display all of them. So in this case, let's go back to our segment, set back to 10. Go back to branch. So what is meaning it's parallel or relative? For example, if we have it 8 of them, the pair link, it will keep it 8. If we have it based on the check pair link, then it's if we have it pair link, it is size of the link and it will apply to this. If we uncheck it, it will be more relative, depend on the size, and amount of them will be decreasing. Okay, so next we have it start mode, and it will be absolute from the start, absolute from the end, which currently does not set. Relative, it will be adjustable based on a length of the plant. We also can modify where we want to start, so we can go all the way 5 and start. Currently it's too high, so let's go 4. Okay, right there, maybe pop up just slightly down. There you go. This is a little bit better. So you can see basically where we want to start. We can bring all the way up, for example, as we're creating palm, and same with the end. Currently it's 0.95 end, so we can actually bring them just a little bit closer down to 5, so around this area. Right there. So you can see we can create where we start point and end point of the, again, of the branches of distribution. Again, for each property we have it absolute for end and beginning. We have it options relative or absolute, so we can start it, and we gave it absolute from the start, absolute from the end. Then we can go modify the values, and in some cases it will actually achieve a little bit better than relative. But problem is with using absolute values anytime, when you start creating different instances, they not always will fit properly. So in some cases, relative work well if you want to add growth edge to your plant, and for example, from small plant to bigger. This way, it's work a little bit better because you can add relative. Make uncheck box, so it's relative to the link. Make the start and end relative as well. And when your plant is growing, you will start having more and more branches or leaves, and they will distribution as well going more relative to the size of the plant. Okay, next we have a density, and you notice on the density we actually have graphs, so we can specify where we want more. For example, less on top and more distribution on bottom. Notice right here, some of the nodes says we have a problem if it's turned yellow. So some of them will fractional, will go back this way. And for example, we pushed all of those plants down based on our density. We also have an option to randomize the positioning and placement. Okay, next we have a pruning. And actual pruning is defined probability of the remove some of the connections. For example, right now cut probability is 0. So if we add a little bit more, some of them you can see randomly remove some of the branches. And this is what's create natural, because if we go back and every tree have this symmetrical look, it's not necessarily look realistic. So, or some leaves. On this case, we can actually enable some pruning probability, and based on this we can remove some of the branches, cut them off of those connections. So we also have an option for the cut probability. Cut link mode, currently it is relative. We can do absolute based again on a link. We also have it options to set cut link, and this has allowed us, beside controlling the plant, we can see how much we cut. We can still control length of the branches inside the branch, but right here when we connect, and you can see how we can pre-cut, so we can cut those little branches, leave them inside. Okay, also we have it relative mode, reduction, radius reduction, absolute or relative based on this, and same way we can increase radius reductions on the ends, base it on the values, and as well we can go ahead and use it filter if needed based on a height related to itself or to the parent.